Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are live once again, Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada for the CueSports International Expo 2022. My name is Grant. Sitting beside the Ghost at this point, we have 8-ball singles platinum division. They are locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. It is Sean McKay taking on Tom Griffith. Sean hailing out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Tom out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It is Tom at the table, ready for the break. Number one coming at you. Makes a ball, however, a little bit of a cluster around that 8-ball. Sandwiched between the 4-ball, 5-ball, 7-ball, 6 and 3, also in the same vicinity. Opening shot potentially on the 15 top right-hand corner. Once again, guys, we are live on CueSports Live Facebook and YouTube, as well as the PCA Pool League page. If you are just tuning in, help us out. Hit that share button. We would appreciate it, or at least I would. And when I say we, I mean between me and the Ghost. Sean McKay's first look at this table, a little bit rough. I tend to think he might go high ball here. Pattern would be 15-13, 11-9, 12 with the breakout on the 8-ball. Alabama tuning in. How are you, Steven? If you guys do have any questions, of course, we have all the chats live. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I will do my level best to answer those questions for you. He's coming downtown right away. Gets snuggled up to that 11 ball, and unfortunately, I think he is dead straight in on the 13, so he's going to have to feather light the 13 in. Will have a shot at the 11. 11 passes the 9 down to the bottom right-hand corner. Can draw off of that with that angle. Use the 2 ball to take away the momentum of the cue ball. And stick around for the 9 ball. Thanks, Mario. I appreciate that for sure. Wants to be off that rail. Does get a little bit off that rail. Still going to have to jack up. Shooting off the beach a little bit. I happen to know Sean personally. He hails from the same province as myself. 3 hours away. He is in Edmonton. I am in Calgary. 3 hours separate those two cities. So when there's any kind of big event, be it in Edmonton or Calgary, Sean is a staple within those events. So I know his game quite well. He is a pretty sporty shooter, pretty steady Eddie. Really well done. Nice control of the cue ball there. Floats that ball in. Sits perfect for this 9 ball. Needs to get an ideal angle here for 12 into that bottom left-hand corner with the breakout. It's tricky. They're checking out whether they can remove that rack. I don't know that they're going to be able to. Hit him as it lies. They're going to go check out and see if they can find a ref. So while they're doing that, I'll take you on a quick little tour of what we've got going on here for your 2022 CueSports International Expo. Let me just get camera in position. Here we go. So up on top of the stage, that is the production of Kazoom. That is the mainstream table for the Alpha Las Vegas Open. Behind the Expo curtain is the mainstream table. Of course, sitting in front There are the 9-foot Predator tables. I believe it is Savannah Easton. Nope, I'm wrong. From a distance, oh, Vero Menard on one of the 9-foot Predator tables. And of course, that sits in front of the booth. The rest of the room, all 7-foot Predator tables, looking fantastic, playing amazing, playing rock solid. And of course, then we have the tournament control desk. Janice Benson doing her thing, making things run smoothly. And then, of course, my little spot. There is the CueSports live stream. That is myself. My name is Grant. And that is the tour of the room. Well, maybe we can back out. They're not quite back yet. We'll just back out here. Have a look at something a little bit better than just me on the mic. Give you the general view of what we got going on here. And then at some point through the event, when I get enough of a break, I will take out my phone. We'll give you the full grand tour. Show you all the vendors, all of the different rooms. There's also the Carom event that's going on right now. The 3-cushion. And if you're just tuning in, once again, guys, help me out. Hit that share button. We got some 8-ball singles in the Platinum division. And we are live on YouTube, Peggy. Might be a little bit delayed on YouTube. They have a much bigger upload capacity, so they're the stream picture is a little bit better on YouTube than on Facebook. But we are live. I got the comments up. Let's see what they're talking about. Trying to remove that rack. And they're discussing the 7 balls sitting on top. Sean was asking to have that removed, but with the way those balls are lying, that is a risky proposition. Are we still going to be there for the USAPL League event? Yes, we are here straight through till March 4th. Whether it makes it on the stream or not, I am not sure. I know with the USAPL Fargo Fair Rate teams is almost an impossibility for a stream to happen because I don't know the players and their Fargo rate, what the race would be, and then that determines, of course, the scoring and the points, which is for what we are doing makes it extremely difficult. I'd have to do it just with straight commentary with no scoring. Thank you, Peggy. I appreciate that. She says the bell didn't notify, but it's on the home screen. Thanks, love your broadcasts. We appreciate it. We definitely spend a lot of time traveling all throughout Canada, the United States, building up our audience, and we still have a long ways to go. We're not done yet. If you go by followers on Facebook, we're certainly one of the largest in North America. We have 48,000 on Facebook, another 8 or 10,000 on YouTube. So we do have quite a following. But we're not satisfied there. We want to keep it going. Prior to the pandemic, we were live pretty much every weekend from all over the country, all over Canada, all over the United States. And of course, we've got Rod Arriagata, CueSports Live Winnipeg, holding down the fort. Back in Canada, he's usually live every weekend. He is Steady Eddie. So So Tom Griffin with a chance to steal the frame. It was, I believe, oh no, it was Tom's break. So just hold serve. You can hold serve throughout a match. You'll be doing well. 6 ball past the 9. Potentially with a push on this 8 ball just to open that up a little bit. You've always got the 2 and the 7 hanging out over the side pockets. If you can punch maybe down to where the chalk is, might be able to put the 4 in the same pocket. Just like that. By all means, yeah, if you're tuned in and you want to come down to the CueSports Live booth, you now know where we're located, just beside the tournament control desk. And if I don't have the headset on, by all means, I don't ever turn anybody away. Yeah, I'm still holding up. Holding down the fort here in Sin City. Typically with a CueSports Live broadcast, you're going to hear myself, Ben Francis, most of the time. We've also got Dan Clark, Rod Arriagata. Unfortunately, none of the 3 could make it, so I am the lone wolf. Although I've had Damien come and sit with me. He's the founder, CEO, chief cook, bottle wash at Jam Up Apparel. I've had Johnny Triple P come and sit with me. And I'll see throughout the week here as the Alpha Las Vegas event winds down. Hopefully a few of the pros will have a little bit more time. Might be able to pull Tyler in, perhaps Feder, maybe Christina, Margaret. See if I can get a few guests in to help do some commentating. I also might pull over either Joey Ryan, Melina Mike. They might be able to lend me their voice. I would suspect by the time I'm done on March 4th, I won't have a voice left. Kelly says, I'm heading down to the tournament now, but question, what is the difference between the diamond tables we used to play on and the Predator tables we will be shooting on this year? Just wondering. I think the biggest difference between those 2 tables, well, there's 2, is speed. The Predator tables are playing lightning fast, which I like. I prefer a fast table. But then the biggest difference that you'll find is the cut of the pockets. So typically on these Predator tables, if you don't hit the heart of the pocket with a shot with any kind of speed, it's not going to find a home. And that is especially true for those side pockets. If you catch any part of that horn, they are not going to fall in the pocket. Just saw Filler shootout. Want the results? Filler lost. Indeed. So that is the other bonus of all of the credit that we have to give to both CSI as well as Predator. I think they've done a phenomenal job by mixing in league play with the pro play. If you want to watch any of the pro matches, it is available all free to view on YouTube under World Billiard TV. And I believe there's 2 Predator arenas set up for this event. With the league side of the coin, some amazing numbers, y'all. 7,000 players. With those 7,000 players, some are playing multiple events, so your total registration numbers for this year, 2022 CueSports International Expo, over 13,000 registrations. It is insane. So happy to see it. Gene says, I watch Rod every Sunday at the hangar. Indeed, he does a phenomenal job. Very, very consistent. Mr. Sean Jolly, how are you, my good friend? Good to see you as well. And as I stated before, guys, if you're just tuning in, smash it. Hulk smash that share button. Let's get her done. Yeah, Kelly, I'll tell you, these tables have been playing just rock solid. The short, when you play a bank on a diamond table, they do tend to shorten up. Same type of feel here with the Predator tables, and they have been playing just rock solid. 2022. Yes, 2022, not 2023. I'm ahead of the game. You'll have to bear with my little idiosyncrasies. This is what I get for doing this hours and hours and hours on end. Although I will say today, the stream that we were supposed to have before this one was a no-show. And unfortunately, I had nothing to broadcast. Nonetheless, here we are. We do have this match going on. I have another one at 5 o'clock and then another one at 8:30. All of them are in the Platinum 8-ball singles division. Yeah, 2023. Wow. Not 2022. 2022 is over, right? Am I right? I'm going to just commentate on pool. 2-ball passed into that bottom right-hand corner. Break out that 5-ball would be the goal. He did that extremely well. 4-ball I think he can still get to. So I would favor Sean to run this out. What time is it there? Right now, current time 4:03. Nice shot. Gets in good on the 7. So I would think he's going to do the 7-3-6-5-8. Could do it the other way too. I kind of like having the 5-ball as my out ball. 7-3-6-5-8. Maggie tuning in from Massachusetts. Welcome to CueSports Live. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hey, no worries, Bill. That was an easy question. And at this point, I like easy. I think we're about halfway through. I am live here until March 4th, end of day. It's been 2020 for 3 years. Hey, you're welcome, Arlene, tuning in from Philadelphia. I will always do the best I can for you on getting you as much action as what I possibly can and trying to give you the best commentary I can. And I think Sean snookered himself on that 6-ball. I think he's dead married to it. Directly frozen. Does have perhaps the ability to kind of throw that 6 off the left side rail and make a bank. You kind of have to play into it though. Might be looking at the bank, the kick. Kick 6 down to the bottom right-hand corner. Definitely not the leave he was looking for there. Unfortunately, Albino down the subway. Cue ball found its way to the left side pocket. Going to run around and down through the ball return. That is going to bring a pretty golden opportunity here for Tom. 9, 12, 13, 11, 10, 8. And to get up 2-0 on Sean McKay, you are doing well. And I believe it'll be Tom's break next to potentially break and run to extend that lead by 3-0. Fairly quick races here when you're talking the Platinum Division. Quick race to 5 in that division. Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. Oh, I love it. I love it, and I'm apologetic all at the same time. I'm trying to deny the fact that I am sleep deprived. That's really what it is. So he's going the other way, 11-10-8, which isn't really an issue at all. It is shooter's choice based on pattern and what shots they are comfortable with. Nothing to do here. Make the 10 ball, a little bit of right-hand spin, help pull that cue ball to the right-hand side of the table, but you gotta make sure you hit the heart. That puts into prime example what I was talking about. You gotta hit the heart of the pocket on these tables. That is one of the biggest differences, the cuts on the Predator table, which I like. I like the fact that you kind of got to tighten up your game. So Sean McKay going to step to the table here, and we have a tie ball game. Golden opportunity there for Sean McKay. Gets himself on the board. It is a tie ball game. And a new sponsor for CueSports Live, Crystal Palace Cues, Cases, and Accessories. You may recognize the game, Mr. Gord Kerr, a longtime viewer here on CueSports Live. You can email him, gord@crystalpalacecues.com. And he's got it all. Cues, cases, chalk. He's got some of the Pyro V10. Hit him up, guys. That's where you go find it. He's available on Facebook or by email or on the website, crystalpalacecues.com. Certainly not the score line Tom was expecting. I am fairly certain that facing down the final ball before the 8 ball was expecting this to be a 2-0 score line. However, 1-1 his break. We'll see if he can pull that one back and put that memory in the past. Using the 10 ball break, or the standard 10 ball break, just off center. Straight through the 1 ball, squat the cue ball. Does kick a little bit, gonna hang out by that top right hand corner. Really, really decent break here. If you're gonna go high ball, or sorry, low ball, really the only issue on the table is the 3-5. Not sure if the 3 passes the 13. If not, can he shoot the 14 ball? Does he have room past the 4? Shoot the 14 into that left-hand side pocket. Then really the only issue on the table is the 11 ball, and with nothing in the way, not terrible. He is going to elect low ball. Maybe that 3 does pass the 13. Would be a tight pocket if it does. And then the question remains, does the 5 pass the 9? What's the difference between the Pyro and V10 other than color? To be honest, I was a big fan of the Town Pyro up until I tried the V10. The V10 is now what I use. Really clean chalk, and I don't know what they did to make it different, but I've had less miscues with the V10 than anything I've ever used. So, from my perspective, phenomenal piece of chalk. But either way, I mean, either one of those chalks is going to be a step up. The stuff is amazingly clean. And as much as I did bring my cues down to Las Vegas, I am fortunately, depending on perspective, not playing in this event. So this 5-ball must pass that 9 to the bottom left-hand corner. Hit and stick on the 5-ball, 2-ball next. Nice little punch follow. 4-ball top left-hand corner. And he's away to the races. Sean, did Ben go down with you? No, I am the lone wolf. So got a little bit of angle, have to draw in, push that 8 out of the way, replace that with the cue ball. 4-ball in the same pocket as the 2. Ben couldn't make it, Dan couldn't make it, Rod couldn't make it. So at this point it is me, myself, and I. I have got a little bit of help out of Johnny Triple P. He's come and sat in on a couple of matches. Damien Pong Panic of Jam Up Apparel also coming and sitting in for a match. Nice little floater, 8 to the left side pocket, and he will once again take the lead 2-1 over Sean McKay, holding serve. Just like that. Yeah, I did have some hope. I'm thinking you might have said help, but it came out as hope, and either one is both applicable and true at the same time. But I know that as the Alpha Las Vegas kind of winds down, I'm going to see if I can pull Tyler in. I'll see if I can get Margaret Fefalova in, now Steyer, and perhaps Fetter Gorst, Christina. I did have a brief conversation with Karim Belhaj, and at some point I am going to get him on the mic. For those that don't know his name, he is the president, CEO of Predator Cues. He is a phenomenally busy guy, but he did, whether jokingly or not, say, yes, I will come join you on the mic, and I'm going to hold him to it. I think they've done a phenomenal job, both him and CSI, in putting on this event. It is a pretty amazing atmosphere. Sean McKay with the break rack number 4. That's twice kicked in on the break. Sean is not going to be happy with that. That will bring Tom to the table once again with ball in hand. Anywhere on the table according to the BCA rules. What do I like here? I like low ball. I like starting with the 4-ball. Coming back across, making the 5-ball. From there, so I'm going to make the 4-ball come across back through the window of the 10-13, I think that is, just below the 8. From there, 5-ball top right-hand corner. And then The 7 ball would be next. 7, 1, 3, 2, 6, 8. So he's electing to leave the 5 ball, draw straight up table. I still think I want to take the 7 ball first here. Could go 1, 3. 1, 3 would work here. 1, 3, 7. 1, 3, 7. 2, 6, 5, 8. He's going to do it a different way, and really it's all shooter's preference with a wide open table like that. Looks like he's going to try either the combination or the 3 to the right side pocket. Went straight past. Didn't think he had that, but again, all those little nuancy angles I don't get to see. I get to see the same things you guys get to see. Could get a little tricky here, though, with the 13 hanging out by that 1 ball. Got to get some good angle on this 1 ball. That will do. Off the 1 up on top of the 5 ball. And if 6 passes the 14, may elect to take the 6 ball first. Might have gone a little bit too far for the 6 now. He's going to be back cutting the 6 ball. It was help. Although both, as I mentioned, Sean, very applicable. I need both help and hope. Nice little touch draw here. Wants to get pretty straight in here on this 8 ball. He's going to go down to the corner with it. But again, I think he's off angle heading into the 14 ball. Do I have an HDMI cable straight from the camera? How far to the table? Depends on which camera. The one that we're watching table 1 on here is just a USB cable. It might be 6 feet away from the broadcast computer. And I'm going to say probably 8 feet away from the table. 8 to 10 feet from that bottom rail. The HDMI camera is the one, the PTZ. PTZ camera uses an HDMI, but again, it goes into from HDI into a capture card, and then it's USB out into the computer. Back cut on the 8, bottom left-hand corner. To the heart of the pocket, 3-1. Tom now leading over Sean McKay. Job well done. And as mentioned about all of this stuff with the Predator tables, every single table at the event, all playing with the Predator Arcos 2 balls. And of course, they are covered with the Predator Arcadia cloth. And if you're looking to get your hands on one of the tables, that's the way to do it. The QR code, I did mention that it had an error yesterday. They said it is fixed. So you can give it a whirl. That will take you to where you need to be in order to get information, pricing, anything you need on the Predator table. Tom leading off. Rack number 5 makes the 8 on the break. That, according to BCA rules, still not a win. It is shooter choice at this point. He can either pull the 8 out of the ball return, spot that, which I'm going to assume he'll do based on that break. If he doesn't like the lay of the land, he can elect to re-rack and break again. What are the dimensions on the Predator versus Diamond? So they're both of those, both Diamond as well as Predator, do make a 3.5 by 7 table. They also make a 4.5 by 9 foot table. Very, very similar as far as those measurements are concerned. Also very similar as far as the sizing. So the Predator table is a 4.25 inch pocket on the corner pockets, 4.5 inch pockets on the sides. Could shim those down to be 4 1/8 if you really wanted to. And the same as Diamonds. They're very, very similar in that regard. It's more the cut of the pocket on the Predator table that makes the difference. And you'll see if you tag any piece of that horn on those side pockets, even though they are a 4.5 inch pocket, it ain't going in. And the cut of the pocket on the Predator table is meant to, you know, if you put a shot in the pocket and it doesn't hit true in that pocket, the design and cut of those pockets is meant to spit that ball out more often than not. You still get the odd one that does sit and rattle and stay in the pocket. But for the most part, the design of those cuts on the Predator pocket is meant to spit that ball back out into the playing surface. Well, good news, bad news. He did make the ball, but he's kind of put himself in a little bit of trouble here. I think I might jump to the 14 here. I don't really see a future in a combination here. I think your jump over the 3 is a little bit easier to execute. Is he going to try to cut the 13 ball? That's going to bring in that right side pocket. Maybe he's got that nice little soft touch draw he can escape and not make the cue ball in the right. A for effort, without a doubt. Didn't miss that by much. Golden opportunity here for Sean. Doesn't really have a decent opener. 1 ball, top left-hand corner, a little bit close to the work. Always makes it tricky when you're that close to be able to see the proper angle. But blessed with a golden opportunity. He, by the lay of that table, I think Sean, as well as probably most of us, were thinking that Tom would be on the hill. So Sean jumps at the chance to get at this table to make this a 3-2 game, which is a much better point spread than a 4-1. Gonna have to clean the cue ball. Looks like there's a hair on there. Sean using the old cube of chalk trick. So what do I like from here? I think it's the 2 ball is going to be next. Unless the 6, does that 6? I don't think that 6 slips past the 5 ball. If it does, it's tight as tight gets. Very brave shot. He's going to have to just touch draw this to stick around for the shape on the 5-ball. I think he kind of overpowered that just a little bit. Not sure that I would want to take this 2-ball. I think the shot is still on the 5-ball. Come back across pretty much where he's at now. Then he can take the 2. That opens up the 3 to be made, which is your leading ball to get to the 8-ball. Does have an option here now between the 2 and the 7. And it'll be interesting once the 3 moves if that 2 passes the 9-ball as well. That makes the options a little bit better. If the 2 does pass the 9-ball, then 2 will go into either one of those pockets. Four-ball top right, 2 rails, a little bit of right-hand spin. Just a touch. Preferably would like to be on the right side of the center line from the 2 into that bottom left-hand corner. And he's going to get the other angle. This makes it a touch tricky. 9-ball's going to hang out there though. Just kind of a stun over, perhaps a little bit of tops. Just connect with that 9-ball, shove that out of the way, replace that with the cue ball. Would be ideal in this position. Even if you push through it all the way and you have the 3 to the top left, that still works too. Nope, just tried to shove it out of the way, but forgot about the first part of the equation. Got to make the 2-ball first. So once again, Tom finding himself with a pretty blessed opportunity here. And I think I like 9, 14, 13, 11, 8. 9-ball, I like to play the natural path, right? 9-ball, roll up for the 14, roll up for the 13, roll up for the 11, you're in on the 8. But again, depends on the shooter, right? If you get some players that don't like top spin, they like and prefer the bottom spin, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think 9-ball is the issue on the table, so that would have been the first one out. It looks like he's drawing here. I kind of like going forward for the 14-ball. Funny things can happen when you stay on the top side and you got that 2 hanging out. If you get on the wrong angle, it can come into play, whereas if you play underneath that, it eliminates that potential. Not terrible. Might have come up a touch short, but if he can float this 14-ball in, does have the option 2 as well. He can kind of power this over across the top side of the 3-ball, check that right side rail, have the 8-ball into that same pocket. But I like putting this 14 bottom left-hand corner and a little bit of left-hand spin. Just hit it straight on. The spin of the left will throw that 14 ball to the right, make it into the bottom left-hand corner, and just float for the 8-ball. He tries to go underneath. He is a little close to the work here. This is where things get a little bit funny. When you're that close in proximity to the work, it makes it that much harder to see the true angle of attack that you're trying to make that ball into. I'm kind of looking down the barrel of the 8 straight to that corner pocket. To the heart it goes. On to the hill for Mr. Tom Griffith. He is playing out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Plays well at a Fargo of a 6.34. Sean McKay at a 6.99. Few unfortunate and unforced errors there from Sean. And Tom doing what he should do in being the opponent and capitalizing on those errors. So Sean trying to stave off execution here out of this match. I believe it is an A-side match, so Sean will be battling it out on the B side should Tom take this match down. But needs to come with it here. Would do a world of wonder with a break and run for Sean. Really nice cue ball. Unfortunately, going to be tough to sweat a match when you scratch twice on a break and then come up dry in your third. Guessing the tables don't have the rack though. They don't. The Predator rack is on the pro table, but the triangle racks that is normal with CSI, their usual racks, is what's in on the 7-foot tables. Or sorry, yes, Harrisburg, Illinois. My bad. Thank you, Terry. What's going on, Mr. Gord Kerr? For those tuned in on Facebook, that is exactly who I had mentioned earlier in this stream. That is the man with the plan. Crystal Palace cues, cases, and accessories, as I mentioned earlier. That is the one and only Mr. Gord Kerr. So while you're on Facebook, if you want to hit up Gord, he's got all kinds of things, pyro chalk and cases and cues and you name it. And he sent me a message earlier, Gord. I'm gonna share your message. And he said he's been just insane busy selling that Talm chalk, both the pyro and the V10. Not sure how much you got left, Gord. Maybe you can let everybody know if you want to get your hands on some of that Talm pyro or V10. Gord is the man. Hit him up on Facebook. He is in the chat. And I gotta say, Nick looking really good here. Question is, do you take the 5-ball? I think the 5-ball squeezes past that 15. I think now is the time to do it. Position yourself for the 7-ball next. Some nice left-hand spin on the cue ball. Shoot the gap between the 11-12. Float down to the bottom right-hand side of the table. 7-ball then being deposited into the bottom left. Ooh, just hangs it up. Once again, those Predator tables and those pockets, they will put you to the test. It's one of the things I really enjoy about the Predator table. It makes you play your top game. Top gear. Not a really easy out here for Sean either, with the 5 sitting in that top left-hand corner, kind of taking away some options here for the 15-9 ball. So I actually think I'm going to start with the 14 ball, perhaps. 14, I can take out the 9 ball out of there. Potentially sit up for the 15 ball. I'll have options on the 13, the 12, 11, etc. And maybe he does that after playing the 10 ball. 10 does not pass the 7 ball, so we'll see what happens here. Right now, 14 ball into the 9. Could attempt to play it safe here. Use the 15 ball. Make the 5 ball draw to the bottom side, or the top side of the 11. Use that as a blocker. But I kind of like the aggressive shot here, which is 14, take it into the 9 ball. You have all kinds of options after that. Pyro is blue, V10 is green. Yep, that is a true statement, Mr. Gordker. I used to play with the town Pyro. Really enjoyed that chalk. Very, very clean. And I swore I wasn't going to move off of it until the V10, until I tried that. Certainly less skidding, and still very, very clean. Oh, I like what he's doing here. 11 ball float for the 9. Need to solve the riddle of the 15 ball as well. Potentially could do that off this shot here. Can make that 15 into the right side or the bottom right-hand corner. Does get a little bit of a bump, but not ideal for Sean McKay. He does have the shot on the 14. The unfortunate part is he is going to be hampered. He's going to play the 15 ball for exactly that reason. Wow. Slick table. She's playing like greased lightning. $14 it is, but again, just a little bit hampered. Now shooting off the rail over top of the 8 ball. 14 ball next, but gotta be really careful here. If you leave too much angle on that 12 ball, you're going to punch into that 13 off the 8, and it's just going to push up table, and the 5 is going to block you. This is it. This is for the whole shooting match. This shot right here. Well done. Replaces and kicks that 8 out of the way. Does have a little bit of a steeper cut here on the 13. Tracking away from the 8 ball, however. And he's going to have to hold that cue ball to the left side of that table. Hunting for the top right-hand corner here. I will say, Gord, you do have a really good price point on those V10 chalk. Well, he did get there, bottom left-hand corner. A little bit funny on the angle here. I gotta talk quiet because he's standing right in front of me. Funny angle, gonna have to float this forward. Avoid the scratch, left-hand side pocket. Didn't quite get there. So to close escrow on the match, Tom stepping to the table, wide open spaces for Tom Griffith to take advantage. Absolutely, the Mystic Spade. He says he's got a local dealer friend that got 100 cubes of V10 at cost. He gave me one for free to try, and I'll tell you, that's all I'll shoot with from here on out. Took the words out of my mouth. Got a little funny on this 6-ball, though. See if he can have that nice touch draw stroke. Perfect for the 7-ball, same pocket. Looking to close escrow here is Tom. Deposit the 7-ball, little bit of left-hand spin on the cue ball, potentially 2 rails. Could also just go 1 8-ball top left-hand corner. 1 up on top, last 3 balls to the same pocket. Playing a little 1 pocket at the same time is Tom. Looking to close escrow with the deposit of this 8-ball. To the pocket she goes. Tom Griffith getting the job done over Sean McKay. Not Sean's best outing. I know that he wouldn't want me to sugarcoat anything. Definitely not to Sean McKay caliber pool. But he will be battling away on the B side. I'm sure he'll go lick his wounds and be ready for the next match. And once again, Gord, just for you, buddy, just because you support us so well, there it is, guys. Crystal Palace, Cues, Cases, and Accessories. It is the man with the plan now on Facebook, Gord Kerr. You can get a hold of Gord at crystalpalacecues.com. You can find them on Facebook. Send a message there. He has everything. Cues, cases, accessories, the whole 9 yards. Go give him a like on Facebook, guys. I would appreciate it. I know Gord would as well. So with that being said, we are going to do a quick shutdown restart. Don't go far. We are back live here, 5 o'clock, roughly 14 minutes from now. We got Nick Huco coming up next. Again, 8-ball singles platinum division, 14 minutes from now. Don't go far. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. On behalf of myself and the rest of the CueSports Live team, thanks for tuning in.